We're going to show you how you can make a vintage kitchen with Tamara Robbins Griffith.
I love that yellow. Oh, thank you.
Very nice. So vintage is where it's at. We've spent a little bit of time on the show talking about the difference between vintage and retro, but vintage has a certain, just a classy quality to it, doesn't it?
And a lot of a nostalgia factor too, because some of this, you know, my grandmother had in her kitchen, you might get passed down to you.
Right.
It's hot right now, and it's a lot of fun, and you can combine some new vintage inspired pieces if you are a collector.
Yes.
I know, like for me, I love antiquing actually, but I'm a busy mom, don't always have time for that.
Right.
So, you know, maybe you're gonna run out and buy it at HomeSense, for instance.
It'll look like you took a trip around the world, but you really just went to your local HomeSense.
That's right. I mean, and I love old and new, and I do truly mix together. Now, I do want to say, because a lot of these great accessories are good for updating your kitchen and just bringing a little bit of new fashion into the mix. And the single most impactful piece of furniture you can bring into a kitchen is a bar stool or counter stool if you do have an island. So I do love that. The mid-century modern with the teak legs.
Beautiful.
That's a great style, like from the 60s. And then
you know what else, T? It's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
Because don't make the mistake of seeing these gorgeous looking bar stools. Like, you're going to be sitting on them. It doesn't matter how gorgeous they are. They need to be comfortable. This is great. And a lot of people do, you know, the family, we have breakfast at the island. So the kids are going to be in there. And you want it to be comfortable.
People like a back, too, a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they're not just
I want to
perched.
sit in and chill when I'm eating a meal. I don't want to be like on and off.
I think it depends if people are actually sitting at the island and eating. That's really, as opposed to just an island they don't use. Decorative bar stools that don't get sat on.
We use everything in our house.
Yes.
Yeah, the whole nine.
So, you know, we're seeing a lot of these embossed stoneware, right? And then the kind of Pyrex-inspired patterns as well.
Oh, those are cute.
So
That's
cute.
Nostalgic.
Right? And so, you know, I think there's that kind of makes people feel warm and fuzzy.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, we're also seeing sort of elevated basics, right? So with open concept kitchens and shelves, and people are doing a lot more display, even if you have glass front drawers. It's about some pieces that you can leave out. So it's still function. These little ceramic measuring cups or measuring spoons.
Very nice.
But, love this.
Look at those.
Right? But you can leave it out.
Yeah. And it's also so much easier to access as well. If it looks good, it's pretty, you're leaving it out, you're going to use it all the time.
And people do that a lot with copper. Love also like the marble rolling pins.
Look at these.
So pretty.
These are pretty. Oh, these are heavy, man. This is like old school.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess those are also a little bit vintage as well.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
But pretty. And so it's kind of like, you know, you can keep it out on the countertop as part of your tablescaping and counterscaping.
Right. So we've spent a little bit of time talking about this trend.
Yes.
So this is stuff you want to leave out. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a warm metal.
Yes.
But it's that rose gold / copper bronze. It's beautiful.
And what's happened is we saw tons of copper cookware come back.
Yeah.
And because it's great to cook with, the way it like conducts the heat very well. And I've heard that that's very useful too, not just when you want an even cooking surface, but when you're doing something like using copper mixing bowls and like beating egg whites.
Right.
It keeps the temperature of the bowl consistent too. But what we're seeing now is that it's coming more into the accessories, into flatware, into other, canisters and grinders and different things, and it's the color too, right? As you were saying, rose gold. So it's not always the material copper. This is like a copper colored or a sort of coppery stainless steel.
This is really nice.
Those two pieces. And then we're also seeing more sort of electroplated porcelain, right, in that copper and rose gold color.
Yeah.
So it adds a lot. Or, you know, copper nail polish just to go with the set.
See, I like that you thought ahead. It's great.
And then I wanted to add too, it's a little bit in that vintagey theme, but I'm just obsessed with these bath mats right now. You can pick that up. Yeah, that one in particular.
This is
gorgeous. It's got the great color and the fringe. And we're just saying, why not try that in the kitchen in front of the sink, right? You can throw it in. There's no reason it can't. It's beautiful, like the fashion is so elevated. And then, you know, I have a mat in my kitchen and I wash it like once a week because as soon as it's clean, somebody, not always me, spills things on it, right?
I wonder who that could be.
Wonder
Mom
who that
of
could
two
be.
little ones.
You'd think, but sometimes, like more times than not, it's the husband, not the kids.
Mom of 3 little ones.
Yeah.
It's funny. So if you want to have that vintage look in your kitchen, we're not talking about, you know, taking out all the cabinetry and starting fresh.
No.
Sometimes it's just having some really good new accessories.
That's right.